And I don't even know where I originally got the idea, but I was like, let's freeze an egg because I had seen it somewhere on the internet. And so we, cracked open an egg, held it there, and it froze standing up. Like he had the eggshell and the yolk was frozen. And I was like, well, that's kind of funny. So I posted that. And then someone was like, why don't you freeze a plate of spaghetti? And I was like, that's kind of funny. Let's do that. And so they're not really my original ideas, but I'm just willing to do them and be goofy and post it.
Hmm.
And so eventually someone was like, you should freeze a pair of your blue jeans. And I was like, can you do that? And you can do that. You could freeze blue jeans.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was a
And
kid, and we didn't have a dryer, my mom would hang clothes out on the line, and they would literally, she called it freeze dry. So
yeah,
you can hang a soaking wet shirt. By the way, your hands hurt, but that's
yes,
that Nordic pride, right? And it would just be solid,
yeah,
but it would dry down about maybe 3/4 of the way. You wouldn't think that it was, but it actually does.
yeah, it
And so
does.
when you bring them in the house and they thaw out, they're like 75% dried.
Yes,
And then
yeah,
she would iron the shirts, and then when we would wear the jeans. Anyway,
yes.
so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, that was something I actually learned. I didn't realize that it would eventually dry. I just thought they would sit out there frozen.
Yes.
And so I walk out there, a few days after I had done this, and my jeans had kind of toppled
Shoot them.
over, and I was like, oh, and I walked out and I was like, oh, they're dry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so then the next time that I froze them, this is really sad to admit, I would go out there with a squirt bottle, with a spray bottle, and I would spray them so they would stay frozen. And all I could imagine was like, my neighbors probably think there's crazy Janet out there
Well,
spraying her
I mean,
jeans.
it's like ferns, except you kind of spritz the ferns. It's
I
the
know.
opposite of that,
It's the
right?
jeans. It's the jeans. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I like to be funny. I like to be silly. I feel like people are so serious.
Hmm.
People take themselves so seriously, and I don't. And so, yeah, it's just
I
something
think,
funny.
and I think people are kind of fascinated with the northern plains
Yeah,
because it's just like, or the north,
yeah,
the great north, because the weather is extreme.
yeah,
And I think people are just captivated with snow. It's kind of magical. And a
yeah,
lot of places they don't really see it and experience. And it's a different culture.
yeah.
I imagine that you and I are obsessed with people who hunt for gators, down in Louisiana. I don't know,
I
but
know. I'm glad
everybody
I don't
likes.
have to do that.
No, I don't. Here's what you like about the Great White North. There's a barrier that alligators cannot go north of, right? So we
Yes,
kind of like that.
yes.
We're happy to exchange the facial pain of blizzards to not have to deal with some of these varmints that the people in the southern part of the state have.
Exactly, exactly.